These are every prismatic seed in GrowGard. And in this video, I'm going to be taking this noob from 0 shekels all the way to 1 trillion shekels, only using prismatic seeds to see if they're actually any good. And for the first prismatic seed we're using, we get giant pine cone. Okay. Oh, and night's going on right now. Perfect. Now, this is going to be the seed we're starting with, but every time we hit a money milestone, we're going to unlock a new seed and a method we can use. But I've got 5 giant pine gold seeds. Let me plant all these bad boys right here. Okay, night just ended, but our giant pine cones are not growing very quick. Look at this. 6%, 6%, 6%. Yeah, these are all 6%. I got 152 watering cans right here. This is probably not going to get even one of them fully grown, but let's see. 3 watering cans. Does this even impact it at all? Not at all. Okay, I thought so. Luckily, I came prepared because we got a shiny giant echo frog. Y'all already know what this bad boy does. Y'all already know, man. It activates every 15 seconds and it's going to magically grow one of these bad boys to full. So just to prepare, I'm going to go ahead and put this giant pine cone right here. Right next to it, it's going to activate in 1 second. And hopefully, yep, there we go. Perfect. All right, let me put this bad boy in the corner. And now we just need to do this with every other giant pine cone. And boom, another giant pine cone advanced. And the last one is grown. Easy. I'm gonna pick this bad boy up for now. And there we go. Full giant pine cones ready to harvest. Now we don't unlock our first new seed and pet until we hit 10 million shekels. Question is, can we hit that just by cropping all these? Let's find out, boys. Just one of these giant pine cones. This is 5.93 kilograms. This goes for in base with no mutations, 101,000. Yo, I think we actually may hit the first goal, like with just cropping these bad boys. And we've got a nice little gold one there too. All right, perfect. You know what? Let me hit a harvest tool. Let's harvest all these. All right, we've harvested every single giant pine cone. Let's go ahead and go to sale. Let's sell entire inventory. Do we hit the 10 million on first sale? Let's see. 2.9 million. Okay, that was not even close. I'm not gonna lie. Well, to speed this up, I'm gonna pull up the shiny echo frog once again. We're gonna get to 10 million quick. Harvest tool, do your job. Let's hit these again. We should be able to get to 10 million off of this next crop, I believe. Especially since some of these giant pine cones actually have the tranquil mutation on them. Like, look, this one alone gets us 2.6 million. Wait, hold on. Hold up. If I sell my entire inventory, how much do we get? 17 million just off of 2 crops of these giant pine cones. Oh yeah, these prismatic seeds are a hit because now we've just unlocked our first seed and pet of the video. We're moving up to the beanstalk and mooncat. I've got 4 beanstalks on this account, and you know what? I love putting my beanstalks up front. We're gonna put one right here, as well as one right here, and one right here. All right, echo frog, do your thing. And while we're waiting for him to grow stuff, we're also gonna be adding in mooncats to the mix. I think I've got like 8 of these or 7 of these, so let's go ahead and put them all down here. While we're here, do I actually have any sprinklers on this account? Okay, I have master sprinkler. All right, do I have any godly sprinklers? We have 1 godly sprinkler. Do I have any advanced? We have 2 advanced, and looks like we should also have some basic. Perfect. What we're gonna do is whenever these cats fall asleep, I'm gonna trowel one of these either beanstalk or giant pine cone onto them, and hopefully we can grow something massive. All right, fall asleep, mooncats, fall asleep, mooncats. Okay, 1 fell asleep over here. Oh, we have 2 falling asleep over here. Perfect. Okay, let me use harvest tool to do this. All right, let's do master sprinkler, godly, advanced, and basic. Sheesh, 2 mooncats sleeping on top of each other. Now, hopefully our echo frog advances this giant pine cone. Let's see. Of course not. Okay, he did the beanstalk. Well, at least we have 3 of our 4 beanstalks fully grown now. This is looking kind of insane already. Now, you know what? Since our echo frog probably gonna take a while to actually advance this giant pine cone, let me just go ahead and advance this with a grow all. Yo, this is crazy. We got massive golden giant pine cones, boys. Hey, forget mutations, bro. We're gonna get a lot of money just off these alone. Okay, I'm gonna move this out the way with the trowel, and I'm gonna see if maybe we can get these beanstalks pretty huge. Hopefully another mooncat falls asleep near here. 2 mooncats right here. 3. Okay, hold on. We may actually get a massive beanstalk. Y'all already know what we gotta do, boys. Y'all already know what we gotta do. Grow all 3 mooncats plus all the sprinklers on this beanstalk. We may get something kind of insane. Let's see. Oh, I guess we didn't even get above average beanstalks, bro. Oh my gosh. This is why I hate the beanstalks. All right, let's go ahead and just move this back to where it was before. There we go. Now we're not allowed to move on to our next goal until 100 million shekels. And honestly, I want to push my luck. I want to see if we can get there just by these giant pine cones right here. Giant gold pine cone. Damn. Okay. It's just got advanced. Let me crop that. 29 kilogram giant gold pine cone. Let's sell just this thing alone. Let's see. Do we get 100 million off of this alone? Let's sell this and 49 million. Now we didn't quite hit 100 million, but we did hit 72 million. Now, if we sell the rest of our inventory, do we hit the 100 million? 15 million? Okay, we still didn't hit the 100 million. Do you know, I have a feeling, boys. If I crop everything on this garden, I think we'll 100% hit the 100 million. Matter of fact, I don't even think I need to do everything. I think I just need to do these beanstalks. Let me hit the harvest tool on this. Entire inventory of beanstalks. We have to hit 100 million off this, boys. We have to. Otherwise, beanstalk is due to water. 29 million. Yes, sir. 100 million just like that. that, which means we can now move on to Ember Lily and Dragonfly. Now, unfortunately for us, I only have one Ember Lily seed. I'm pretty broke. I spent a lot of Robux on this game, so we're just gonna have to make do with what we got. One Ember Lily seed should be good enough. All right, let's plant that there. And I think we can just speed this up right away with watering cans. Like, let me go ahead and just water this bad boy up. Okay, it's 10% grown. And, oh, okay, I guess my Echo Frog just advanced it right away. And this actually looks like it's a pretty big Ember Lily. Like, hold on, let me pull out my magnifying glass. Let's check out how much base value this is. 1.8 million Ember Lily. I have no clue if that's good. I'm not gonna lie. But that's why we have the Grow a Garden calculator. I put in Ember Lily. Now let's go ahead and just throw a random number out there. It looks like it's decently big, so let's put 35 kilograms. 472,000. Wait, hold on. Is this thing like 60 kilograms? 1.3 million? Wait, this thing's 1.8 million. So we grew a 70 kilogram Ember Lily on first try. Yo, that's kind of crazy. All right, you know what, boys? We're gonna keep that right there. I'm gonna actually pull back 2 Mooncats. And the reason why is because now we can place down our Dragonflies. I got 1 regular Dragonfly here and 1 Mega Dragonfly here. These pets every 4 minutes is gonna convert 1 random fruit in our garden to gold. And we're hoping that they happen to convert this Ember Lily. Because according to this calculator, just getting this thing to gold will bump it up to 37 million in base, which is really gonna help us out because we're not allowed to unlock our next seed and pet until we hit 500 million shekels. So we're really gonna need these Dragonflies to lock in, ain't we? Okay, our garden's already looking insane. Like the beanstalks up front look sick. The giant pine cones in the back look sick. And by the end of this video, we're probably gonna have the most decked out garden in the game. But hold on, I just noticed something. We have a rainbow giant pine cone here. Let's pull out the magnifying glass for that. 26 million in base. Okay, that's actually worse than our giant gold one. Probably because it's a lot smaller, but you know what? That's still really good though. 26 million. That's gonna help us get to our next goal quick. Okay, these Dragonflies are taking forever, I'm not gonna lie. Lucky for us though, we do have a bunch of medium pet toys just lying on our account, so we can go ahead and give them to these boys and make them activate quicker. Yep, now this one's gonna activate in 17 seconds, and now this one is about to activate now. All right, let's see which fruit he converts to gold. All right, that one converted a beanstalk to gold. Not exactly what I wanted, but let's see what the other one converts. 1 more second, and now he's ready. All right, please convert the Ember Lily. Hold on. No, I think he's going past the Ember Lily. Oh, bro, you're trolling me. He really converted this beanstalk to gold. What are we talking about here? Bro, they're literally converting everything only on these beanstalks. Not even one has looked at the Ember Lily. This is insane. Like, look at this. Gold to beanstalk. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. At least do it my Ember Lily or one of these giant pine cones. Hold on, I've got an idea. My Dragonfly is about to activate in the next 2 minutes. And as soon as they do, I'm just going to harvest every single one of my beanstalks. So they really can only either go after these giant pine cones or my Ember Lily. All right, 38 seconds. Let's go. Boom. All right. And we crop that. All right, nothing left. Now I'm looking going to harvest the weakest giant pine cones we got, which is this one right here. This one. And this one over here is pretty weak too. All right, Dragonfly, start cooking. Okay, gold, the giant pine cone. I'll take that. But he did it on literally the worst one. But as for my other Dragonfly, he's also going after a giant pine cone. All right, you know, that's fine. We got an entire inventory of beanstalks, some of these tranquil, some of these mutated. What do we get? We need to hit 500 million before we unlock our next goal, and we get 63 million off of that. What I'm gonna do now is wait a bit for these Dragonflies to convert a bunch of stuff to gold. Then we can do a sell, and hopefully we'll hit the next milestone. All right, it's been about 20 minutes and we have a lot of stuff converted to gold. Unfortunately, our Ember Lily is not one of them though, but it did get windstruck and frozen somehow, so now it's up to 20 million. And our giant pine cones are also pretty dang mutated. So you know what? We're gonna crop everything here, and we gonna see what we get off all of this. Because we got some pretty good stuff in here, like giant gold pine cones, gold beanstalks that I cropped along the way. Like, we have to at least get a few 100 million off this, right? 189 million. Okay, so we're now up to 371 million, which means we still haven't made enough money to move on to the next pet. So you know what? I think it's time to kick it into second gear. I've just loaded up a bunch of Robux in this account, and y'all know what's coming next. We gotta hit up the gear shop, and we gotta buy up a bunch of sprinklers. I'm talking master sprinklers. Of course, we gotta hit up the godlies, and let's even get some exotic sprinklers from the crafting shop. What would actually work here? I think stock sprout sprinkler could work for the beanstalk. Damn, this thing's expensive. 229? That's crazy. All right, we have enough sprinklers now. We're gonna try to pair up everything with the mooncats. All right, one of the mooncats is falling asleep, but that's only one. I don't think that's enough for me to warrant putting down a bunch of sprinklers. We don't want to waste the godly sprinklers. Let's go ahead and trowel over this Ember Lily over here. We need to create some space. Looks like some other cats are falling asleep though. All right. Oh, bro, why didn't these overlap? Okay, I'm not gonna waste sprinklers on this. None of the cats overlap, so this is not enough for me. Let me put away this. Let me add in another mooncat. 8 total mooncats. We need at least 2 or 3 to overlap, and then we place on the giant pine cones or beanstalk. Actually, forget the beanstalk. we're just gonna focus on giant pine cones. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. That's at least 3 on top of each other. That's at least 3 on top of each other. Come on. All right, let's load up all the sprinklers. 3 mooncat sleeps on these 2 giant pine cones. Now we hit a grow all, and let's just pray we get something crazy, boys. Let's see. Come on. We did it, boys. These are some crazy giant pine cones. Oh my god. All right, that's 2 giant pine cone trees down. Let me put those over here. We got 3 more to go that we need to get massive. Let's go. Perfect. Okay, hold on. Let me put this right here. All right, line this all up. This should be a nice moon cat. Let's see if we can make this work. Part 2, boys. Part 2. 2 in a row. Yo, this is insane. And we have tranquility that's coming to the gardens. I think this is like the craziest pine cone I've ever seen. Let's hit that with a magnifying glass. And I just got hit with tranquil. What is this thing worth in base? 190 million. You know what? We're not cropping this. We're gonna hit this with the favorite tool. Everything else can get cropped because we need to hit this 500 million to unlock the next pets to get this thing even more expensive. This ember lily can go ahead and get cropped too. I'm gonna go ahead and trowel that into the sprinklers though. Now I'm gonna use my harvest tools to crop all these beanstalks. Now let's do a sell all. We have to hit 500 million off this. We have to. Come on. 184, 555. We are absolutely cooking, boys. We are on a roll because now we've unlocked our next seed and pet, which is sugar apple and mutation pets. And luckily for us, I've got 5 sugar apple seeds on this account. This is gonna help us a lot because these beanstalks, these are not hidden. I'm gonna plant 1 sugar apple tree right here, another one back here, and we're gonna do the same on the other side. Boom. And as for this last one, I guess I'll just plant that right here. Now that we've unlocked mutation pets, we have access to pretty much anything, such as corrupted kittenes, chicken zombies, and literally any other pet that grants mutation. Now we can't move on to our next goal until we hit our first billion. So the first order of business is getting a massive sugar apple. And actually we got 2 mooncats right here. Okay, perfect. Now let's go ahead and toss up a master godly sprinkler. 2 mooncats sleeping on top of each other with sugar apple. That should be a nice little boost. Let's hit another grow all. Let's see what we get off this. Ooh, we got multiple massive sugar apples. All right, I like the look at this. Hold on, we grew more massive giant pine cones, and one of these is even rainbow. Damn. I think we're honestly good on the mooncats for now. I'm gonna pick all these bad boys up, and now it's time to start loading these things up with mutations. First things first, I'm gonna place the chicken zombie down. I'm also placed corrupted kittenes down. What other mutation pets do I even have on here? Suppose I also have these queen bees that I don't mind placing down. All right, got 2 of them, and I also got a scarlet macaw, or not, because I guess I'm max now. So now we're just gonna stay AFK for a while, and hopefully we can get some of these plants mutated. That's the goal at least. Yo, it has been a few hours, boys, and I'm not gonna lie, it looks like it paid off. I'm seeing a lot of corrupt chakra, a lot of tranquil too. I mean, I'm sure a few tranquil events happened throughout the way. We even have aurora on some of these. Oh, so an aurora event must have happened. Yo, this ember lily is loaded. Aurora, tranquil, zombified, frozen, corrupt chakra, and disco. Oh, hold on. Let me crop this. This has got to be something insane. What is the weight of this thing? 50.69 kilograms. Okay, it's not gold, but let's see what this thing goes for. Hopefully we can hit the billion goal so we can move on. 3, 2, 1, sell. 333 million. Off that alone. Now we didn't get a billion, but we did hit 888 million. Okay, hold on. I feel like we can crop like a few other small stuff and we'll hit it. Tranquil, corrupt, disco, beanstalk. And we got a gold, tranquil, corrupt, chakra, sugar apple. Hold on, let me sell my entire inventory with just what we got right here. Do we hit a billion off this? 693 million. Yo, we hit 1.5 billion. We hit even past our next goal. So now that we've hit a billion, we get to move on to the burning bud seed and butterfly pet. With this pet, we can now convert things in our garden to rainbow, which is going to give us a 50x base multiplier. Now, specifically what I want to convert to rainbow is this big giant pine cone here. This thing's already 1.4 billion. We got corrupt in this thing too, and aurora somehow. Okay, we're getting lucky with all this, bro. I'm not gonna lie. But let me go ahead and pick up all my pets. We got 2 of these butterflies down, and while we're waiting, let's go ahead and plant burning bud. We've got 5 of these things. This is my favorite looking seed of the game, so hopefully this thing cooks for us. Okay, you know what? Before I actually place this down, let's organize the garden a bit. I'm gonna put the beanstalks a little more organized up front. I'm gonna like boom. All right, let's do that. Then let's put this one right here, kind of like that. I like the look of this. All right, I'm liking the way this is looking. I moved all the giant pine cones over here. We just got a wall of giant pine cones. I think this looks kind of sick. And I think I want to have the sugar apples just lining up this way. Yeah, I like the way that looks. I like the way that looks. As for this ember lily, I only have one, so there's really no way for us to make this look aesthetic. And I don't really know what to do with this. Low key, I'm gonna hide that corner right there. Then I'm gonna put the giant pine cone right in front of it, bro. That's literally hidden. You can't even see that thing. All right, now as for the 5 burning bud seeds, I think I'm gonna plant one like right here, one like right here, and I'll do the same on the other side just to kind of have it like be kind of similar. Boom, boom. And what do I do with this last one? Low key, I'm just not gonna plant it. I'm not gonna plant it. All right, now that we got the garden organized a bit, we're gonna have to wait for these butterflies to activate to convert what I want to rainbow. Actually, I just realized we have an issue here. There's a lot of stuff now that have 5 mutations. On top of the fact that we're gonna have to wait 25 whole minutes for our butterfly to activate. Unless we speed run to our next goal, which is 10 billion shekels. I think we could speed run to this goal by just cropping these beanstalks. Hold on, let me see if we could try. Let me see if we could try. Aurora, corrupt chakra disco. Damn, these disco bees was cooking, bruh. And that Aurora event coming was clutch. All right, I think we have just enough stuff to reach that 10 billion goals, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully. I hope I've cropped enough stuff. Let's go ahead and sell though. 3, 2, 1, and we get 14 billion. Oh yeah, we passed that. We passed that easily. We passed that easily, boys. But now we get to add on to the collection, elephant ears and mimic octopus. And I know a lot of you guys are probably confused. Why is he using elephant ears? Well, in case y'all didn't know, elephant ears is actually a prismatic seed. Unfortunately though, I only have one of these that I had to spend like $800 getting when it was in the game. So yeah, y'all gotta deal with it, bro. Only one is all I could do. Let's plant that right here. And now let's do a little grow all, because we gotta grow out our burning buds. Those things have just been waiting there for a while. And, ooh, I like the way these burning buds look. Okay, nice aesthetically. These elephant ears, not really a fan of how they look. I wish I had 2 of them. One right here would be fire, but one is fine. Butterflies happen in 9 minutes, but luckily for us, now we have access to our mimic octopuses. These are gonna directly copy the ability of any pet that's on the field. And for us, since we want our giant pine cone to get converted to rainbow, let me go ahead and unfavorite tool that, and hopefully that thing gets what we need to. If this thing can get converted to rainbow, we're in luck. And they're still converting beanstalks to rainbow. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, what are they doing? But in case you guys are so confused why I specifically want this one rainbow, this is insane. Like, it's really big. Pause. So if we get it converted to rainbow and a bunch of mutations, that may get us to a trillion alone. Oh, let's go. It finally got converted to rainbow. It finally got converted to rainbow. Perfect. All right, let me favorite tool that thing once again, and in base this thing is 475 million. Yeah, we're in luck. We're in luck, boys. All right, let me go ahead and pick up my mimic octopuses. We no longer need anything converted to rainbow. I don't need to lose any other mutations. In the meantime, let me also pick up my butterflies. And now we have another goal in mind, and that is buying master sprinklers, godly sprinklers, and advanced sprinklers, because we need to try to grow a massive burning bud or elephant ears. All right, master sprinkler, let's put that down. And now let's crop these bad boys. Now we repeat on this side. Now y'all know what comes next. Grow all. Yep. Yep, we cooked, boys, we cooked. Yep. All right. And we also got some nice satisfactory elephant ears. Okay. Yo, our garden is looking absolutely insane, boys. Like, look at the size of these burning buds. This is crazy. Just to confirm if they're actually worth a lot and I'm not just freaking out, let's pull up the magnifying glass. What is this worth in gold? 666 million. Okay, that has tranquil on it. What about this? 21 million, 1.2 million, 722,000, 1.4 million. Yeah, I think it's safe to say these are pretty good. These are all pretty good. What about these elephant ears though? This one right here is worth 2.6 million in base. That's not half bad. 1.9 million and 1.9 million. Yeah, we got a lot to work with here. I think it's easy to see now why prismatics are so rare in the seed shop. If you can really just get a decent sized one, you could become a trillionaire easily with these. But now we have only 2 more goal milestones to hit left in the video. 50 billion and 100 billion. And those goals have some of the best seeds in the game. But in order to hit those milestones, we kind of got to cook with what we got here. So I got a plan. We got some insane stuff to work with here. Now it's time to start getting mutations again. I'm going to put out my 2 frozen mimic octopuses, and we're going to go ahead and give them disco bees to work with, corrupt kittenaids to work with, and once again, chicken zombies to work with. And now since I have the mimic octopuses, we won't have to wait hours to get mutations loaded. We can get these in seconds. Look at this. Already 2 plants just got disco. Now it's time to really start cooking, boys. It's time to really cook. But I do want to point out it is 2 a.m. for me right now. So even though I said we're not going to have to wait hours, we still are, because I'm about to go to bed. So hopefully by the time I wake up, we have every single fruit in here loaded up to the brim with mutations. Only one way to find out though. All right, it has been overnight and our garden looks absolutely insane, boys. Look at this. Disco everywhere. Wait, we got celestial overnight. We got another aurora. What the heck? Boys, this actually looks insane. This actually looks insane. My game's lagging right now, how insane this is. All right, so I'd say the overnight was a damn success. And our biggest pine cone over here, this thing's worth 127 billion now. Right now, I'm converting every single plant that doesn't have rainbow or gold to gold right now, just so everything can get a nice 20x boost. But in the meantime, we gotta start cropping. This is a gold, celestial, windstruck, aurora, tranquil, frozen, corrupt, foxfire, chocolate. Y'all get the point. This thing's getting cropped. Now we need 50 billion to hit our next milestone goal. And this one right here goes for 10 billion by itself. Oh my God. Oh my God, boys. Let me sell that. And boom, we're 25 billion. I think I only need to crop a few more things in order to get to 50. First one being this giant pine cone. Ooh, this thing's loaded. There's elephant ears. And honestly, with all this, we should be able to hit 50 billion, boys. Let's see. Let's sell this. We go up another 14 billion. We're already at 40. Giant pine cone. Let's sell this. And now we go up 18 billion. Yo, we just hit it. We just hit 58 billion. And we still got two more stuff to sell. Hold on. Let me sell these. And we go up 25 billion. We're now at 83. So not only have we unlocked our next goal, we almost have enough to unlock our final goal. But since we hit 50 billion, we now have access to the Elder Strawberry Seed. And we've got 3 of these things. Now, I've never properly used these seeds, so I have no idea if they're that good. But I'm going to plant these right here. Boom, boom, and boom. There we go. And with these Elder Strawberries, I'm going to place down a Master Sprinkler, and I'm also going to place down a Godly Sprinkler. And y'all know what comes next, boys. We have Grow All. Let's get these things to maximum. And they look like... Oh, what the heck? Yo, we grew some crazy Elder Strawberries first try. Oh my gosh, these things are going through the ground. Okay, hold on. This one right here is pretty small. I think this is like the smallest one we got. 18.53 kilograms. What's the base value of these Elder Strawberries? 858,000. This thing's almost a million, and it's our smallest one. What's our second smallest one? Let me see. Looks like this is our second smallest one. Let me crop that. This one's also pretty small. These two, I'm keeping these. But this looks like it's pretty mid. Oh, and we got heat wave going on. Okay, hold on. Let me pull out a tanning mirror. We got 7 tanning mirrors. Let's get sun dried on these other strawberries. Let me also do one more grow all. Since we cropped those other ones, we could get even bigger. Grow all, and we get... Oh, we got a big gold one. Nice. Okay, I like this. Honestly, the way things are going right now, we are probably pretty close to being able to get to a trillion with everything we have in our garden right now. But just to make sure, since we hit 50 billion, we've unlocked the T-Rex pet. And this is going to help us get a lot of money quick. Let me plant that boy down here. And with this pet, obviously, every 19 minutes, it devours a random mutation and spreads it to 3 other plants. But of course, we don't have to wait 19 minutes, boys. We got our big mimic octopuses. And now we're just about to get mutations spread like left and right. And my game is lagging so bad right now, bro. Also, we got sun-dried. But boys, just watch. Now that we got our T-Rex and mimic octopuses, just watch this. Corrupt is now spread to like 20 different fruits. Celestial is now spread to like 20 different fruits. Oh my gosh, this is insane. This is actually insane. And next up, we're pretty much just gonna wait until a bunch of mutations get spread to all of our good stuff. Actually, no, forget waiting, boys. We could probably hit our 100 billion goal right here, right with this next giant pine cone. We go ahead and crop that bad boy. Let's go to sell all, and we go up another 7 point. Okay, we did not hit it. Okay, hold on. This is a little embarrassing. Bear with me. Elephant ears. This one's gold, shocked, tranquil, all these other mutations. Yeah, we got to hit 100 billion with this. Let's see. And okay, this is even more embarrassing. All right, one more thing, boys. This time we for sure hit it. Sugar apple. No way this isn't 2 billion. 6 billion. Boom. We've now hit 100 billion, which means we unlocked our final goal. Tranquil Bloom seed and ascended pets. Tranquil Bloom is the newest seed in the seed shop, which comes from the exotic kitsune chest. It is the 1% seed, and yes, this thing is considered a prismatic. Also, just look at this, bro. This is literally like the best looking seed in the game. Honestly, where do I plant this though? Like, I think the only place I can plant it is like probably right here. So let's go ahead and do another grow all. Yo, I think we did grow some massive Tranquil Blooms. It's like covering the entire thing. I can't even move in this thing now, bro. Holy, boys. Holy, this looks insane. Yeah, this garden is filled to the absolute brim, bro. Like, who thought this was a good idea to do a garden full of prismatics? This is insane. Also, with the last milestone unlocked, we've now got access to ascended pets. With these pets, every 6 hours, they put the Dawnbound mutation on one random plant. So now I'm gonna place this bad boy down, and in 6 hours, we will have Dawnbound. And then we could use our T-Rexes to hopefully spread it. All right, it's been a while, and let's check if we got anything Dawnbound. I'm looking there. Oh, hold on. We did. We got Dawnbound on this burning bud. Dawnbound right here. We actually got it on the burning bud. Perfect. Now, unfortunately for us, because we got so many plants in our garden, the chances our T-Rexes go after this specific burning bud is a little low. And I'm not gonna lie, the fact that this is only 941 million with all these mutations, yeah, that's a little disappointing. And I did some calculations. It looks like after we get this burning bud converted to gold, it'll be worth 18.8 billion. We got to get this thing to gold for it to even be worth cropping. But to make it easier, since we've already hit all of our goals, we can start cropping a lot of stuff now. Let me crop this elephant ears. Might as well crop these sugar apples. We got a lot of mutations spread out to a lot of these things. Let's also crop some of these elder strawberries, gold celestial, windstruck shocked, all these other mutations. Boom. All of these things in my inventory, bro. I wonder if we'll hit a trillion off this alone. Like, look at this. This looks insane. 3, 2, 1. 357 billion. Yo, we have 460 billion. We're already almost halfway to our goal, and we still got so much stuff left to crop. All right, hold on. I'm coming after this giant pine cone next. This one. We'll go after this elephant ears. Might as well go after this burning bud. You know what? I think it's time to pull out the harvest tool. I'm trying to hit this goal of a trillion. Let's harvest all these beanstalks. Got some of the most insane sugar apples right here. And not quite last but not least, we have the big guns, the giant pine cone, which is now shot up to 278 billion. Yeah, I've been saving this one for the end of the video because I knew this would be our big guns. Let's unfavored tool that, and let's crop. Let's sell this thing alone, and now we go up to 700 billion, and we haven't even sold our entire inventory. Hold on. Did we hit a trillion just off this alone? Let's see. 230 billion. Oh, we're at 971 billion. We're almost there, boys. We're almost there. We have only a few things left to crop in our garden, and we may not even need to crop that down burning bud because we got a bunch of sugar apples that are just loaded up to the brim with mutations. Let's find out. We also got this giant pine cone, another tranquil bloom. This is it, boys. This is it. An entire day plus almost 2 days of grinding. Do we hit a trillion with only prismatic seeds? Let's see. 18 billion. We didn't hit a trillion. Oh my God, boys. We're so close. Wait. I just noticed we have a 10 billion burning bud right here. Yo, good enough come at a better time, boys. Now this is last but not least, boys. This thing is lagging my game so bad because it's so massive. This has to be the one that gets us to a trillion. Let's see. 10.3 billion. We're now at exactly 1 trillion with only prismatic seeds, ladies and gentlemen. Light work. Absolutely light work. Well, I think this answers the question pretty good. Turns out prismatic seeds are actually OP after all, especially the new ones like Tranquil Bloom and Elder Strawberry. And I must say the prismatic seeds make for pretty cool looking gardens because we had one of the most insane gardens I've ever seen earlier. So I'm pretty happy with that. But if you made it this far, make sure to hit that subscribe button because we're trying to work our way up to 1 million now.